feels like you're pretty useless. It's gonna be a Bat Rider. Okay, so they have a vehicle for Lifestealer, good way of initiating, even 2 ways with the Sanking and Bat Rider.
Oh yeah.
So they need a carry hero. That's why they banned out Jug. Not too many heroes are left in the pool. They could go for something like a Slark, maybe. Slark, Weaver. I'm not sure about Phantom Lancer. It's not the greatest pickup against Sanking and Lifestealer. But you need to have a good lane against Batrider. You can't just have like a normal hero who has a pretty bad turn rate.
What about Troll? Something like Troll.
No. The Batrider is considered a counter to a Troll.
Okay.
He has a really slow turn rate.
Yeah. Okay. I want to give a little respect to Benjaz. In an era of Dota 2 when we are filled with players who love to have anime avatars, like this game, for example, we got about at least 7 of them. He's a man who's simple and says, I want Michael Jordan as my avatar, the original GOAT. So I'm good with that. Faceless Void. Man, I personally have not had the opportunity to cast too many games with Faceless Void.
There's a reason why.
Why is that?
You miss a chrono, you lose a team fight.
Again, they have so many big ults.
Way too many big ults.
They have so many big ults that Silence is like, which one do I silence? There's so many. They'll always have something available for a fight if they have 5 big ultis.
But they have no damage in chrono. That's a good ban.
No, you just drop another ult.
I'm not sure if they want to do something like something like an Invoker, maybe. They really lack damage in Chronosphere.
Yeah. What can this dish like Mega Instant Burst? I'd say like Skywrath Faceless Void combo, but then you're like so much on the magic side of things that I would fear for your late game.
5 seconds remaining.
They don't even have last pick, so they're gonna have to pick blindly into what Infamous is gonna do. Maybe Lash. Maybe Lash is not a bad idea. Some magical damage. They also have Edict physical against Lifestealer, so he can't just do whatever he wants.
Yeah, I was a little concerned with heavy magic, but you're right. Lash does have that Edict and tower pushing capability. That would certainly assist EgoBoys. If they get any sort of advantage in the laning phase, they could just push this lineup and bulldoze it through Infamous before they even peak in power at all. But they do have that advantage of the last pick up here and could easily set themselves up for at least one dominating lane.
No. No. Well, maybe a Queen of Pain will be also a good pickup.
Ooh,
they needed some kind of a burst damage in that Chronosphere.
And she's hard. I mean, she's a pretty good mid laner that if you don't know what you're going into. But now Infamous, balls in their court. Who do they want to put against this Lina to crush her dreams?
They lack tower damage unless Lifestealer decides to go for Armlet Deso build. Maybe a Dragonite would not be a bad idea. He's tanky enough, a BKB builder. Yeah, I feel like they have not much physical damage. Yes, they have Mars, they have Faceless Void, but Faceless Void needs a lot of items to actually deal physical damage.
DK would be great. He's happy to just throw down the arena and use all of his bulky strength.
Or if they want to go for something like a Storm Spirit, that's, I think, maybe a bit too riskier. But I would love to see some Dragonite instead.
Oh yeah, you got the hero list up. That's how you do it. Yeah. Oh.
Whoa.
Ranger.
I did not expect that one for sure.
Yeah, interesting. So what does she bring to the table here? I mean, she considered a good tower sieger because they were lacking tower sieging before. Is she elusive enough to dodge the insta jump in and massive team fight ultis that are coming from EgoBoys? This just feels like it just feels like a cocky pick to me almost. It's just kind of like doesn't fit the team.
Team fight. This is a single target. Also Batrider. Oh, this lineup seems rather squishy to me.
I mean, yeah,
Globals will need to be on point if they
Oh,
want to
yeah.
win this one. Overall, I think Infamous Gaming is a better team. I'm gonna give them 70 to 30. What's up, Dakota?
I mean, you mentioned single target, and I mean, you're right. I just imagine chaos coming in from EgoBoys, and I could see Infamous. I mean, they're a good team, so they're supposed to be really composed. But if for any moment they're in a bit of a disarray in this chaotic team fight, like I don't know how they just decide, like, okay, let's get together, Lifesteal and Wind Rangers. Somehow we're both together. Let's focus each of these guys one by one and take them down. I feel like it's just going to be chaos. But then
Reign
again,
of Chaos.
yeah. Then again, that means that EgoBoys have to be like on the money with these ults and stuff. But you're gonna favor Infamous just because their player skill is really good.
Yeah, but if I'm talking about the draft, I would say if EgoBoys picked something else than Faceless Void, something that can fight all the time, I would prefer their lineup, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of Faceless Void because this hero, if you miss a Chronosphere, if you can't get a kill for 2 minutes, you can't fight, and this also opens up the Roche for Infamous Gaming. With Lifestealer and the Wind Ranger, I think they have enough to bring Roche down if you just misuse a couple of your spells.
Did Faceless get any sort of love in really in 7.22? The big recent patch, the Agnums patch? I can't remember if he really got anything that even made people want to acknowledge him. Now, I certainly don't remember anything too significant there as I prolong out this dialogue so you can actually search it, and there you go.
No,
nothing.
not that I
Nothing at
remember.
all?
Yeah.
Poor Faceless man got totally just ignored in this recent patch. So, yeah, he's probably going to be overdue for a little bit of loving. But let's see. Maybe Tomato can prove us wrong, Lacoste. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. This is TI9 South America qualifier action here. The first round of playoffs. Best of 3, Infamous versus EgoBoys. They are now just one step away from making it to TI9. Get through here in the finals. The other match going on right now, of course, is Thunder Predator versus Pain Gaming. Check it on Beyond the Summit 2 with Moxie and Grand.
Nah, don't. Just stick with us here.
Open both at the same time, but mute that stream.
So Sanking started with the boots. That's going to be a position for Sanking. Matthew as well with Boots of Speed. Shadow Shaman. I'm not sure why this hero has 74 base attack.
Yeah, suddenly Ice Frog's like, you know what? I think he went to the gym this season. Let's let him have 30 more damage or so than everyone else. Turns him into such a proficient zoner. You get him on a team with Drow, and you certainly will win. Huge fight around the bottom to go for the bounties, and it's Whisper who's going to get taken down first to the hands of Matthew. Here comes Radiant, feeling confident and strong, but Dire were able to secure both bottom bounty runes. They'll take 3 of the 4 at the start of this game.
Well, at least it's something. They lost Silencer. He was there to grab some easy intelligence, but it did not work out.
Yep, he's still dumb.
Still dumb.
I mean, do you think in a Silencer game, the Silencer starts like he's an intellectual, like a smart man, or do you think he starts
Now
like
he
a
starts
dirt
with
nugget?
IQ 20.
He's
and
like,
then,
guys, here I come to the lane now. And then all of a sudden, he gets like 4 kills. It's like, I think I know the square root of 8. And then by end game, he's like, move over.
I know the secret of the universe.
I know all the secrets. I've made 3 universes. Do you want one? You can have this one. It's like a terrarium. I like the early game.
A little bit of pause.
I mean, it's, we've been treated to wonderful pauses throughout our stay in the South American region, but, it comes with the territory, I'm sure. Let's take an extremely early sneak peek here. I see one last hit to Lena in this mid lane going against the Wind Rangers. So this is pretty much already a 1 mid lane for EgoBoys right now.
Yeah, that's a good game right there.
It's a good game. All right, we'll check out the other lanes instead then. Obviously queued up Wand. Faceless Void is going to get that going. He's going against the very annoying Bat Rider. It's going to get only more annoying, though, because Silencer's right around the corner.
Yeah,
and,
that's a core Silencer. Like, he's going to get the farm priority in this lane.
Yeah.
Swapping things around a little bit.
6 stacks.
7 stacks. He
7
has TP.
sticks. Oh my, he's not using it though. He's like, I'm gonna wand, right click, and ensure that my boy Matthew
yeah,
will get
body
this
block
kill.
him. Body block him.
Oh my god, Matthew will end up taking down the silencer. Silencers died twice. But at least I was there for the kill, and I'm slightly smarter.
He has a TP to come back to a lane.
True. Both of them do. I guess
Oh,
that's the other reason.
Oh man, he even bought an extra branch. 4 branches on silencer.
Oh
Why does he
my
not use a
gosh.
TP?
Because he could use the walk. He
Well,
had a
he's
big
still
lunch.
dumb,
He
that's
had a
why.
big- he's like, I don't know how to use this scroll. I gotta walk. All right, bottom lane. We haven't checked much out. We see Benjaz trying to flex on our dancing lifestealer Sand King lane. Good setup potential on both sides. You know, they each have their own, stun to land with skill and possible follow-up damage. But 2-minute rune. Schofield saying that they want to prioritize scouting it out. It's an illusion. He's going to grab
One of the worst runes you
Yep.
can get early on.
Terrible. But he decides to still swing by through the mid lane and up and beyond. Just stop by, say what's up, Lena. Oh, actually manages to move through to get the stun. Oh, will they get the kill as well? Turn around, eats the fire, and yeah, right. He will get dropped. Does end up getting the XP and kill for the Sand King, but considering it was just a, half-lifed illusion Sand King gank, it certainly worked out for the better.
At least it was something. Bottom lane, Dark Courier dies.
Ooh.
That's not good.
That is not good. Dire Courier. He's not the only one who could be going down. Our boy Lifestealer here seems to be in a bit of a pickle. Boom! God's Rebuke.
Yeah, he skilled God's Rebuke just to finish him off. Usually you would want to have an extra point in Spear of Mars.
Yeah.
But a kill is a kill.
A kill is a kill. But hot start already. This is going to be tough. A little tough for the Dire. Certainly being down that Courier is going to prove troublesome for Chris Luck, I'm sure, on that Wind Ranger in the mid lane. He's already a little low on the life and has no regen to his name at all.
Can't bring anything. Chicken is dead for a minute and 15 seconds.
Salve on Leo's side and shared Tango and 2 mangoes and lots of potential to make the jump. Oh my. Chris Luck, be careful. Already pops the wind run to dodge a fake out. But I'm nervous to even look away from this mid lane.
Yeah, this Courier is going to cost him lane. Lena's doing a good job playing extremely aggressive right now.
Yep. You keep an eye on that. Make sure they
Top
don't die.
lane.
Top though is where the stun is. Benjaz actually made the rotation, it would appear, to join up Matthew in the top lane. It's Matthew in trouble though. Flexes the wand, but so much damage there. Step in spear will bail him out.
And
while
on the bottom,
yep. They're diving on in. They're looking to go for Faceless Void, but the Warlock is there with that fancy Immortal heal. And is going to be saving him just fine. They're still swinging it out. Meanwhile, Bat Rider, who is pretty weak and wounded, heads back to the base.
a lot of action happening.
Oh, yeah.
And Wind Ranger level 4 because of that Courier kill, while Lena is 5.5.
Did she walk back to base? Is that what happened?
Yeah, and TP'd back.
Okay. But that does certainly put her behind a bit. 27-17 in that mid lane CS game, and I'm sure the Lena is going to be flexing that level 6 much sooner. Yeah, she's nearly the full level ahead. So once that Laguna comes out, she's got to be careful. We do have a smoked Bat Rider here, level 3. This is for 5-minute bounties, I'm sure. We're going to have action, it looks like, on both sides. Bottom, it's grabbed up. Stinger's successfully able to get it done, but the lifesteal is the one in a bit of trouble. They hop to the low ground, they flame break him back, and it should look like he makes it away.
Yeah, that's one value point in Flame Break, so Batrider can't keep using Sticky Napalm. Where's the bash?
I forgot it. How many bounties did it end up being? 2 for 2, it looks like. Maybe
3 for 1.
3 for 1 for the Dire. All right. Uh-oh, chases out Chris Luck. Matthews here to zone him all the way back.
He just uses a Ether Shock to remove one of the Raindrop charges. Because it's hard for Lena to get a kill if you have a Raindrop.
Very true. She is now level 6. The Laguna is online. So has to be careful. There goes that last charge. So she will eat the full brunt of the ulti if caught out. Arcane top. Yeah. Little deny, sidestep, dragon. Is this the moment? Right click, right click, right click.
Oh,
It's
Shadow
over.
Shaman.
Send her to death. She's like, I don't want to have to use the Laguna, but you will have to
I
use the
will
Laguna.
if I have to.
Yeah,
Yep.
you have to. They get it done, and then they all throw pennies at the Wind Ranger, giving her some extra bit of lovin'. 5-2, though, already for the EgoBoys.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They need to make some kind of rotation on the silencer lane. Like, you want to be active with him, take the intelligence, especially against these heroes who have really low mana pool, like Shadow Shaman, and all of his spells are really costly. Same goes for Mars.
Bat hanging around near the mid lane. Looks like Warlock has spotted him out. Hits him with the Shadow Word and a couple of right clicks. Bat's got to hightail it out of there. A little low on the life. But he should be fine. There is a shrine if worse came to worse. But they're good for now. We got Schofield rolling by the mid lane. He's got that sentry to assist in the vision game a bit. But Matthew right near him to the high ground. They are farming the jungle camps nearby on this Mars. You know, it's a big team fight team, and we're getting much closer to these level 6s. So
Yeah.
things are going to turn up soon.
Is level 6, but still saving a point for global silence if needed.
They might pincer in here for the Mars. Sand King is at the bottom, and they just rotated in the Bat Rider now. Looks like they have been spotted. And they're going to slowly chase him out. Matthew steps in. Moves in with the Hex. They're still looking to burn away at Benjaz. And it looks like they should be successful. Yes, and that is going to be 2 more intel for the Silencer. Still, here comes Lina. And she gets another takedown of Chris Luck.
Man, that courier kill on bottom lane actually cost Wind Ranger a game.
It's real
She was
bad.
just playing from behind for the last 4 minutes.
And they're not going easy on her. They keep tipping her every time they take her down. Trying to break her mentally.
First chrono is up without Laguna. I'm not sure if they have enough damage to throw into chrono.
No. They're not close to wards either on the Shadow Shaman yet. Same for goes for Warlock. They're likely going to have to wait till the book comes up. Get the extra bit of XP from there. But looking at Lifestealer, he's already got his game plan for this one, the Midas Radiance. If they do manage to kind of survive through what could be a really hectic mid-game period coming out from the EgoBoys with these big bad ultis. All right, look at this. 3 of them. Looking to catch him off after the leap with the stun, but 1 rotation over. He turns around, wants to make something out of it, drops the chrono. More rotations coming, but it's taking a bit too long with that additional TP. Leo Style eventually shows up,
got him
but
sniped.
wow. What was the range of that? They do manage to snipe down the Faceless Void. The Global comes out, and they turn it onto the Lina. They should be able to finish her off. The Burrow Strike secures that one. Matthew already heads out the other direction. And look at that, Infamous just throwing tips right back to the other mid laner.
Nicely done. This is the power of Core Silencer. You get level 6 before 10-minute mark, and they don't expect it to be that good at the point. Also, really nice power shot from Wind Ranger, and actually Silencer got the last hit with Arcane Curse and got +2 from that one.
He's up to now 8 stolen intelligence. Just about 10 minutes in, we're bounty runes. Looks like 3 of them going to get grabbed up from Infamous's side. These supports now need opportunities to rush towards those level 6s. But Lina does have her ult back up again. They want to kind of keep using it, utilizing pickoffs, utilizing kills. I mean, based on their lineup, they certainly are an early game power peaking lineup. So I imagine for EgoBoys, they want to kind of keep momentum going. Still going to be tricky for them to get the follow-up objectives and start pushing towers unless they're always going to be waiting on their Shadow Shaman's level 6. It's going to be a bit.
If they use a good rock to get a kill or 2, they can easily turn that into a tower. Mars has ulti, but there's still farming. This is a 3,000 net worth lead for Infamous.
All right, they're going to try to get the jump onto Lifestealer. He is far from his friends, and they have plenty of firepower to get it done. So easy success there. No vision for Dire on that bottom half of the map, so they're left in the dark on that one. But their team is farming through the jungle, not even really showing themselves too much in the lanes. We see Chris Luck and the Bat Rider both farming in their own lanes. Bat is still level 4, trying to get to level 5.
He has a tome, so he's going to get himself to level 6.
Okay.
He just wants to make some stacks in the jungle.
Warlock to level 6 thanks to that time in the top lane. So we have our Rock. I know Chrono is back up and at the ready. Uh-oh. Matthew in the trees gets a shackle, set up spear from Benjaz, but sweeping through is going to be the Lifestealer. Matthew immediately turns to run. Open wounds is there. Chris Luck steps up, but a big rock comes down and connects onto the 3. Not real follow-up damage, but beautiful Chrono onto 4 is there. Follow-up Fatal Bonds. Global also. Burrow onto 3. Dire still able to make it out. No one has been dropped. They finally put their sights onto the Sand King, and they finish him off. It's a lot of firepower. They put everybody to the bottom lane, but they only managed to get the Sand King down.
That looks so good. They used 4 big ulti cooldowns just to get a Sand King, and they're really low on catch. I mean, if Shadow Shaman is in a bad position or if he's dead, I don't think they're going to catch him.
It's like they have to ult and then insta-burst fire, and if it's not done then, well, they're likely to make it away. And that's pretty much what we see there. I think Infamous got to feel pretty good after that. They're about to have some of their ults ready to go. Epicenter, Bat Lasso, Focus Fire.
Yeah, the big one.
The biggest of them all. Hey, Lasso, hog tying into Focus Fire. Pa, 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 pa. It's not too bad. Nonetheless, we could see Dire make their own approach soon enough. EgoBoys may have been kind of brought down a peg after that. And are just all of them are in the jungle farming for the most part. Dire has mostly turned their attention, it looks like, to this bottom lane. And Batrider takes to the skies. They've spotted little Rastafarian Matthew here. And they tie him up from the neck. Pull him all the way back, and he gets shot down from Chris Luck. Benjaz moves in. He's got the arena and the spear. Instantly fires down the Silencer. Silencer going to be taken out before he could suck up any additional intelligence. And by this point, I think Silencer can do division, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, he is in 3rd grade right now.
3rd grade.
He stole the intelligence before he died, but you traded position 3 for position 4. Not that good. Lina has that Yield Scepter to dispel the Wind Run and Global Silence if needed. Also a saving capability for herself.
For sure. And she's getting close to the level 2 Laguna already. Uh-oh. Top lane. We got Faceless Void. Time walks out, but he has to give up what looks like a pretty precious stack. He does have Chrono. There's that Dust. There's the Hex. He does manage to get the Burrow out with the Global coming out. Pops the Epi, looks to move in, but eats a lot of damage. The wards are going to be able to get there and get the finish. In the meantime, they also manage to bring down the Shaman. Chrono goes out, but it's only able to get the catch on Silencer. Wind Ranger will turn it around and shoot it right into his face.
Man.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, Spear's out, but it's just harassment, not a kill. No reason to get hyped there.
Chris Luck tipped him before he killed him. And there's the pause. Faceless Void disconnected. A little bit of a lag there. That's why he placed the back Chrono.
This is a heated game right now. I love these 2 mid laners just happy to tip each other.
It's tough. This is why Faceless Void is not picked. It's a really hard hero to play. Like, if you just misuse it, sometimes you feel like you need to do more than you can.
So does it make it feel like it's more of a requirement to include something like the Agnum Scepter in Faceless Void's build-up?
Yeah, first he needs to get a first item. Like, he has none. Is working on that Hand of Midas. And if you compare his farm and Lifestealer's farm, there's a huge difference. Lifestealer 2,000 more net worth already.
Yeah, obviously with the Midas complete, he's already looking to go for that next big boy item, the Radiance. Oh, 12 intel. I didn't know where he got the extra intelligence on Silencer. I saw the 10 when he went down before, but this boy's getting pretty smart right now. Yasha build-up almost there. Him and Windranger are going to take to the top lane. Infamous still have a lot of that available gold out there on the map. Actually, I should say that for both teams. No towers have even gone down yet. Game with rocks and wards and such. Speaking of rocks, top lane's going to get hit with a big rock right there. Windranger looking to run up to the right-hand side. They're both hit with those fatal bonds. Here comes Lina. She's got the Yules. They got the Hex. They got the stun. And she is gone. Whisper, the other half of the fatal bonds, half of his life, just takes his exit. And that is when EgoBoys do segue this into a top tier 1 push. They have a siege unit. And this should be our first tower takedown of the game.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to fight right now. Silencer still has no ulti for 50 seconds. Sand King has a blink dagger, but no epicenter.
Yeah, they even scan behind the tower just to be safe. There is going to be no approach from Dire here. They seem to be coming close now, seeing if they can catch Lina maybe staggering on her own.
Oh!
Somebody hit him with
What
something.
a tip.
No, Schofield will just do himself the honor right there.
I'm not sure they would be able to get that kill anyway. Yule Scepter was ready. She could just
True.
TP out after this time. Well, she didn't have a TP.
Matthew not too far, may have been able to turn. Could have cost him his own life, but yeah, you're right. Nonetheless, stuns missed. Bottom lane, Dire scan out. From the dark, they do see that Radiant's hanging behind the tower. A chase for Ryzen here, or Ryzen. Gets lassoed, pulled back, burnt up. Windranger stepping in, but gets the shackle out. Global going to come out from Dire's front, looking to kind of clean this one up as much as possible. They're going to be able to get Benjaz down. Benjaz pops the arena just as he takes his final breath. And here comes Lina, moving in with the Laguna, able to get the blast on the bat. Now Chrono, committed from Tomato, looking to swing it onto the lifestealer. One more hit should do it, and they got a double kill coming out from Leo style. Whisper should fall as well, but boom!
Burrow.
Double burrow, going to be there from Schofield. Beautifully done. Chris Luck stepping in, looking to dish out the additional damage. Oh, not quite connecting there with the shackle, but both parties decide to split. It's a bloodbath, both coming out with few survivors here, 2 on each front.
Yeah, sadly, Sand King did not have mana for epicenter there. He needs to bring some kind of a mana regen. There it is, a clarity potion. Once again, timings were not really there. Faceless Void had his ulti on cooldown for a couple of seconds, so he could not go in.
So I love what sometimes these multi-huge ulti lineups. It just feels like there's like 3 rounds to each fight when they're staggered so much. All right, smoke out from Radiant side. I'm not sure they have Laguna to fight with, but really not much else. See some deep aggressive vision from Infamous' side here. Without them seeing EgoBoys, because they're under that smoke, they could fall under a false sense of confidence in this bottom lane. Uh-oh. Who's been spotted? It's back. And he eats that Laguna.
Yeah, I think he will gladly eat that Laguna if they want to take a fight. Sand King still smoked.
Oh, Dire were smoked. The smoke just popped. I think it was a little close to the Mars there, but Dire just taking a full leave from that bottom lane all the way up through mid. Infamous still have not been able to quite get to any towers and do enough damage to get a finish. Bottom's pretty close, but like I said before, a lot of gold still available on the map for them. Maelstrom next for Faceless. I can add a bit of damage. And some farm capability, of course. No blink in the horizon yet for Bat. It's a pretty selfless Bat game.
Yeah, that's going to be a really poor bat. I think he's just going to build drums instead. Save the gold for late game. Get the blink after.
All right, here comes Dire looking to finish what they had been starting with this bottom tier 1 arena. Surprise move in from Benjaz. And look at this. Matthew gets the shackle lockdown wards with the Bat Rider. That could be 2. It will be 2. Both of them going to Lina. She manages to snipe the last hit on him. That ridiculous range. And Dire make their quick exit. They didn't even manage to get the tower.
The problem is Mars had a good initiation on a silencer, so he was not able to use the global, and there was no follow-up whatsoever. He needs to stay back. I feel like every single time they win a fight when they're counter-initiating.
I understand Core Silencer wants to be in the mix, but also, yeah, it could be very fragile. Now fight down by the river. Shackle's there. They chrono the two of them. Benjaz looking to step in. They're going to get the quick finish of the Sand King, looking to go for the Chris Luck follow-up with the Yules, and then the spear. Should be pretty simple. And this Lina seems to be collecting all of the kills, too. She is 11, 2, and 4 Leo style.
That's a region ready, and the 10-second BKB on Lina. The only damage they have right now, any physical damage, is coming out from Wind Ranger. So this Lina will have a pretty easy time.
Yeah, how's Lifestealer? Okay.
He has Radiance.
He's just about got it, looks like. Yep, he already had the recipe. He just picked up the relic. Okay. This is what they call a power peak for the Lifestealer. Look at Matthew, though. Matthew and Lina on their own expedition up here? Or, no, he doesn't have any wards, so he's not here to just get some daring wards down. Looks like he's gone. Uh-oh. Matthew. Too ambitious of a mission, Matthew. And he gets punished for it.
They should make something happen with this Radiance. Having a fast bomb, sadly it's on cooldown, but the global is up, Epicenter is there. They should start fighting before they start getting BKBs on Radiant side.
True.
One is already there to counter the global silence. I assume Faceless Void after this. Maelstrom will be picking up his. Mars, I think he has a Hood. Yeah, Hood is flying up to him, so he's just going to be tanking up a little bit, negating some of the damage. They have a lot of magical damage, actually, not too much physical.
I mean, Mars is... I mean, he could probably get away with just being a big tonk in this one. If he's able to just drop arenas like that in the middle of them and cause chaos, especially against Infamous's single target lineup once you get past the ultis.
I feel like he should get Lotus Orb. Lotus Orb is such a great item this game.
Jump in arena. He finds the silencer again. And with the Laguna, it's really no problem at all.
Man, Vesper's positioning has been awful last 3 fights. He's there alone. Sanking is behind him. They still have a tier 1 tower. They also have a vision around so they can't see them approaching. They also have a ward here to see the entrance of their jungle.
Wanna play with fire?
Dire not backing down from this bottom lane yet. They are still trying to scratch away and get that first tower takedown. And now they might need to formulate a full game plan to get it done. They have... Is that a smoke? Yeah, they have a smoke on the Sand King. Like you mentioned, you know, the Radiance is here. Oh, still 30 seconds before the Lifestealer ult. They really want to do an Epi Bomb. But it looks like they pop it out now. There was a ward across the river. I don't think they spotted any of that. But they get right back to that bottom lane where we have Benjaz again. Warlock Rock not too far, but I don't know if Radiant's going to be able to rotate over before the strike happens here from Dire. This might just be a quick job and out. Yep, secure tower.
And they got scouted. Warlock blew the smoke.
Oh, but as they rotate over, Wind Ranger on the high ground gets the spot onto the Shadow Shaman. Follow-up also there. Lasso. Global comes out, and they will secure the 2 kills. They're looking for more. The chase is out for Faceless Void. He's waiting for the silence, but it doesn't seem to ever end. Finally.
Sanking will get him.
There he goes. Blinks over. Can he find the connection? Oh, no sidestep attempt. He managed to get that burrow strike where it matters.
Nicely done. Even though the smoke got popped here on the bottom lane from Warlock, they still didn't go back because he could see the Sandstorm. Sanking was afraid for a moment. This is going to be a tier 1 tower for them. Mars with the full pipe finished.
That's 2 tier 1s and 3 kills for that full rotation to the bottom with the smoke. And we may not be done yet. Benjaz creeping through this bottom lane, gets spotted out, chomped down from the Lifestealer, and with Schofield's Epicenter assistance, they chew through that tank. That's now 3 towers with the tier 2 on bottom. And Infamous have suddenly swelled up quite a bit, haven't they? 6K net worth advantage all of a sudden, and they are moving into the high ground. What is happening? Oh, man! Matthew, gone again. This time, though, Leo style, able to get a grab onto the Sand King. Finishes him off with the Laguna. And I think at that point, Infamous make their turn and run Wind Ranger, popping that.
Yeah, someone should TP top
Big
and pick up the
BKB.
bounties.
Pings are out for it now.
Yeah,
Both
two of
sides
them.
TP. It looks like they'll each take their own side.
Suddenly, 5,000 net worth lead for Infamous. The game was pretty even, but with this one smoke rotation, they actually came back on top.
Yeah, look at that. Game had been pretty close. It was Infamous' favor. Then Ego pulled it back with some good team fights and good rotations. But Infamous get that one smoke, and suddenly the game is theirs. Again, it was Tier 1 bottom, 3 kills, Tier 1 mid, Tier 2 bottom. They got the Mars, and then they pushed into high ground, got another kill.
And they also dealt 1,000 damage to a Tier 3 tower on bottom.
Just crazy.
And suddenly, Bat has almost a full blank dagger.
That escalated quite quickly. And, well, now it might be on the EgoBoys here. Maybe a fight around for the Roche. But they got to make these ults count. Because at this point in time now, we're going to be seeing the Lifestealer continue to swell up to a point that is unfathomable for EgoBoys to even compare to. I don't know who's going to be able to swing against them. I mean, late game Faceless Void, sure, but he's got, you know, all the other issues from Infamous' side to deal with. He's got issues to deal with right now. Oh, the burrow doesn't find its mark. Schofield, unfortunately, been quite 50-50 on some of those catches with the burrow strike. That opportunity will get away from him.
I love the build on Lifestealer. Halberd against Faceless Void.
Oh,
the
yeah.
mischance, even against Lee Knight, some damage is going to be negated. Also, straight into Reaver. He wants to get Heart, tank up so they can't burst him down.
Plus survive the first rock drops of everything that's going to come out. You survive that, then there's just no stopping you at that point. EgoBoys are not going to have anything left in the chamber. We are going to have a pause coming out from the Chris Luck side. And this is impressive, man. I know Infamous are looking like one of the best teams to come out in this one, but we're talking about an early game, the Courier takedown, the multiple Wind Ranger takedowns. And Infamous still kind of keeping their composure and able to confidently pull this one back so far.
Yeah, I think a lot of these teams are on the same level of skill in terms of like laning and individual skill. But when it comes to decision making, how to win a game, I think Infamous is on top for sure.
Yeah, I wonder if that's like credit to all the members of the team or if they have just like one captain that's really calling the shots and pulling it together. Because I know that is something that not just South America, but a lot of regions seem to be lacking. Even NA, for example, is having that good shot caller, that good captain or coach or whatever to guide these young bucks into the victory land. All right, so again, for those of you just coming by and tuning in, this is just our first game of South American qualifier action for today. Today just starts the playoffs. We made it through the group stage. We have 4 teams left in South America. Infamous Gaming and EgoBoys in this match here. Over on Beyond the Summit 2 right now with Moxie and Grand Grant, we have the Thunder Predator versus Pain Gaming series. It is a double elimination. Obviously, the winners of each series will play each other. Losers will play each other to see who's eliminated. And yeah, tomorrow will be the final 2 series, the losers final and the final match, the grand final. What is your opinion about the whole losers versus lower bracket? How do you call it?
I don't really care.
You don't care?
I really
You're
don't
not
care.
offended when you hear someone say you're in losers bracket?
I'm old school, Dakota. I don't get easily offended.
Okay.
You can throw any kind of joke at me. I'm going to be fine.
Yeah. I will just say I don't think losers is offensive. I feel like you're there because you lost, and that's just the facts. But hey, doesn't mean once you lost you can't be a winner.
What if we call it not winners bracket?
Well, that just sounds lame.
They should
Congratulations, you're not winners finals.
They should smoke, and they are doing it. Global
Okay.
Silence is ready.
Infamous to assert even further dominance, maybe push for the tier 2s. Quick turnaround from Matt, though, does make it a bit of an awkward start. They tag that shrine and look to fight. Schofield stuck on the other side, looking to rendezvous with his Lifestealer pal, and now the Global comes out. Whisper flanking in from the right. Radiant think about pumping back, but now Batrider jumps in. He gets the lasso connection. Pullback rock is there. Arena gets dropped. They immediately blast down and finish off the Mars. Follow up those, the Batrider is going to get taken down, and now Faceless Void drops the Chrono and begins swinging and taking it to the Lifestealer, but he does not have enough firepower, and now Dire coming in for round number 2. They push back and lock down that Faceless, shackle him on up, and when the dust settles, this seems to be Dire's fight. They now continue their chase, Leo style, trying to make it away on the back of a TP. He's gone!
They have nothing to stop it.
Makes it out.
Lock still chasing Warlock.
Yep, Warlock and his Golem companion will die in arms together, and it is a 4-for-2 trade for Infamous.
It's really tough spot to be as a silencer right now, because whether I use the global before the take a fight or after he drops one of the rocks and then we counter initiate, you need to be careful. This one was extremely good placed before, so they could snipe one of the heroes and then re-engage. Also, he has a BKB, so he can run out of the Mars ulti if needed.
Yeah, man, that Mars, I didn't see much of his first engagement, but it looked like he went in and then died just as fast.
Also, Wind Ranger, she has brown boots. I would love to see phase boots. She got trapped twice inside of Shadow Shaman wards and could not get out, so she's wasting a little bit of time attacking the snakes.
Yeah, I hate to see her with those crappy brown Harry Potter shoes, but they secure yet another tier 2. That is all outer towers just like that. Uh-oh, we got a kidnapping here. Batrider manages to find his way into Warlock and takes him out. It's not as if the Warlock had the rock available, was still out for over a minute, but still. That puts him in the dirt unless he wants to buy back. And Dire can get a couple of scratches in on the tier 3. They don't seem to be wanting to commit hard for anything. I mean, Roche is still back there standing, and Arcane Rune waits in front of him. It could get a couple of wards down and simply take him out. That seems to be the game plan here.
And Wind Ranger has Aghanim Scepter finished, removing the move speed cap, granting 2 Wind Run charges, and also hit level 20. So invisibility on top of it. She's going to be really hard to kill.
Oh, yeah.
Perma Wind Run.
Do you get the CDR at level 25?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, my goodness. Imagine that with Octarine.
Nah, don't overdo it.
Yeah, overdo it. Overdo it. Be the Bone Fletcher. No immediate push for Roche quite yet. I mean, Radiant still have that ward right there. They kind of see the game plan at the moment, at least for Infamous' side. They can't feel good. I mean, looking at the net worth, I wouldn't feel good.
The problem is Lifestealer has a lot of HP and a lot of evasion. He picked up the level 20 talent, 20% evasion, and the extra from Heaven's Halberd.
Oh my. Who's going to get an MKB or anything like that? No one.
I mean, Faceless Void has only Maelstrom, which only the procs can't miss. Other than that, it's not great. Lina,
yeah, unless he's raged.
Yeah. Lina has Ags, so pure damage, level 20. The thing is, if you're going for this kind of a build, you're going to fall off. They're not going to have enough damage in the late game.
No, they pretty much need to win all the fights here on out. But I don't know if they are wanting to push out for a fight. Well, I guess my answer's here. They're already smoked heading up that direction. I guess they figured take a good fight here and take a Roche. It could put them on a closer, even playing field. But they're kind of hesitant on making the jump. It is going to be Mars who gets caught out first. Then a move in, then the global. Radiant quickly try to disperse, but it does look like Faceless Void turns and drops the Chrono with Lean on the outside. Oh, she walks into it for a moment. Able to get off the Laguna, but can't get the finish onto the Wind Ranger, so she finds herself shackled up, pulled back, grabbed, and they quickly bring her down. New Arena comes out from Benjaz, tries to swing it in. Follow Burrow, though, is going to be there. Buyback from the Mars to get this happening. And now the Epi. This could be the dieback for Benjaz, and it looks like it will be.
Faceless Void?
Faceless? He's looking to swing it down. These are the last 2 Dire members.
Whoa.
Bomb out. And the ward's being committed. Matthew had them in his pocket, but they walk right past him and are looking to chunk down.
This Lifestealer does not care. He has 4,000 HP almost. Shadow Shaman can blink out. Has Ghost Scepter, Sanking, Burrow Strike ready in a second.
Oh, they turn around, they hex him up. They're not going to stop the Lifestealer, though. Schofield's coming in to assist him. They keep just playing. Not the Sand King, though. Don't do this. Triple kill. Lifestealer, he is the one true god this game.
They don't have enough burst damage. Lina tried to bring down Wind Ranger. They used a lot of the time, especially the buyback from Mars. Arena was placed nicely, but still, at this point, it's not enough. Faceless Void is not dealing any kind of damage. He went all in on defensive. 12 strength, minus 1.5 second time walk, and the time walk cast range. Not sure where the damage is supposed to come from.
Pretty much the Ags Laguna at this point. Lifestealer, bet he wished he had at least a little value Blightstone or something. He's trying to just claw his way. Able to bring down the one racks, try and do the other. Some Radiant members have returned, though, to see if they could take on the Beast. And eventually, Lifestealer will dip. Infamous is back, though, after what was a hectic fight. Oh. Oh. Looks like they've been able to get the catch here. Possibly for Schofield. Bat also swinging it out.
Bail. Just let him be.
Bat's gone. They're still chasing, though. They managed to get the catch onto Sand King, and those two supports are gone.
A little bit of feeding. Miscommunication. Lifestealer TP'd to a shrine to get some mana, while others wanted to take a fight. He's about to hit level 25, so the extra 2 points in 2 seconds in Rage. He's going to be unkillable. Also on top of this freshly bought Assault Curious.
Extra 2 points, 8 seconds, only a 10-second downtime. Yeah, that's freaking insane. And how about Wind Ranger? Yeah, still got a couple levels for the 25. Got some money. I'm going to build up an assist in the damage department.
Yeah, probably Daedalus.
Yeah.
Or there's no need to go for MKB here.
All right, Radiant feeling confident enough to at least head out the front door. They're going to quickly drop a lot of sentries and wards around to at least try to get some vision control within the 50-yard perimeter in front of their base. But no surprise, Infamous maintain control of the majority of the map. They're playing the economy game and currently have a 16k net worth advantage.
Yeah, this is pretty untypical. Their first Roche still alive 35 minutes in. Usually we see him dying around 15-20 minute mark.
Should be dying.
Everyone
now,
wants
right?
to have that free Ags or Refresher, and I love what Silencer is doing. He's building into Refresher as his 3rd/4th item. Has GPM talent, so that's gonna get him there faster.
How was Faceless Void able to turn and cast his Chrono during that last global, actually? He didn't have a BKB.
Manta style.
Oh, the Manta. You're right, you're right. But obviously, yeah, the second global will assist in needs like that. And they finally decide to move in and give a couple of scratches at the Roche. Dire on the high ground, and I mean, you know, or sorry, Radiant on the high ground, and they do get scanned out. Both sides scan and are successful on their reads. So many big ultis and ways to just kind of cause chaos within the pit for Radiant side. Oh, look at Bat. Oh, he tried to get the grab. The Lifestealer was there, though. They quickly burst the Bat, and he leaves the Lifestealer behind, forcing the Warlock to drop the rock as he gets brought down. The Global's going to be there. The rest of the Dire team looking to hustle in and assist the Lifestealer. The second Global comes out, and is that going to be enough to finish off the Radiant front here? There goes the Epi and the finish of the Faceless Void. Now, they do have a buyback on him. Mars drops the arena and runs right out from it. Matthew
Buybacks
on the other front, committing in with the Hex, dropping down the wards, bringing in the Shackle, and like you mentioned, the buybacks come out now. Faceless Void shows up, drops down the Chrono, and they're going to be able to take the fight against the Dire, and Dire have to turn and run. It's Sand King and Lifestealer again, the lone survivors.
Nicely done by Lina. 2-man LSA and Chrono just to keep the Wind Ranger. They need to kill this Roche right now because Faceless Void bought back, and they need to give him Aegis.
Buybacks for Wind Ranger and Bat. Bat's about to be up anyways. Silencer no buyback, but he doesn't have any global. He used both of them in that previous trade. Radiant, though, with just that one buyback, have already decided to evacuate.
Yeah, but the bottom lane, look at that, Dakota.
Oh, my goodness.
35-minute mark.
Double
siege
siege
creeps.
in it.
Yep.
That forces Faceless Void to have to go all the way back to deal with it, and within that window of time, That's when Dire swoop inside. They quickly try to take this Roche down. They don't have a crazy amount of damage to take. This is level 1 Roche, and it's still taking quite a bit. Neither of them having Deso or any minus armor to make this just a bit swifter.
They have no ultis to take a fight. Everything is on cooldown for them. And Faceless Void hit level 25. The backtrack talent. Bring back the Dota 1 abilities.
Dota 1 abilities for Faceless Void. Remember the full map chrono at once. That was something else. Dire successful to grab the Roche and the Aegis. It's going to go into Wind Ranger's pocket.
Yeah, she bought back. They definitely needed honor.
She's also going for that Lincoln's. She wants to buy it out, considering the buyback was already spent. She's getting closer. But Dire looking to keep all lanes pushed forward as much as they can. The bottom lane's pretty pushed out here. Tomato from the trees is trying to get it taken care of quickly.
He's afraid to use that Midas.
And he actually will TP away with the Midas still on cooldown and take it towards the top lane instead. And that will also be the shrine here. That is the last shrine. That is pretty much everything outside the base of EgoBoys at the moment. And that is an 18k net worth advantage. But the ongoing theme throughout these qualifiers is trying to be successful with closure. We've already seen a couple of 30k, 40k net worth losses.
Yeah, they're just waiting for bounty runes to spawn. They are controlling the map right now. Also double damage and illusion rune. Also silencer's refresher orb will be ready in 10 seconds, and they want to take a fight then.
How would you feel, though, if Dire are unsuccessful in doing this? With the extra life, with double global, they can't even really breach into the high ground. At that point, do you feel good for EgoBoys, or are they going to need even more than that?
They can slowly siege with Lifestealer. It's one of the easiest ways to do because they have nothing that goes through BKB besides Chronosphere, and you do not want to pop it on a Lifestealer with 4,000 HP and almost 40 armor.
All right, here comes Dire. Infamous. Oh, low ground. I didn't catch that one. It looks like they've been able to get the jump. Matthew gets spotted out from Chris Luck and taken down, and now Global comes just after the rock. Benjaz comes charging in with his BKB. Looking to set target on the Lifestealer, but Lifestealer is just so thick.
Yeah, this is game. Shadow Shaman dying outside the base with no buyback. They can't take this fight.
Still holding that second global if necessary. There we go. Jump to the back. Couldn't quite get the shackle, but they will be able to get the takedown of the Warlock. Warlock, though, does buy back. This could be the final hurrah. Quick Laguna burst, and they'll take down the Sand King. Follow potentially there for the Wind Ranger. There's that second global. As the Faceless Void comes in, he has to turn and head right back inside the fountain. Dire successful in finishing out the bottom set of racks. Top rack's under trouble with 2 sieges there. Could get finished from that. Meanwhile, mid lane, Chrono, Mars stuck inside, but Lena and Faceless continue to go to work. They are trying to bring down this Lifestealer, but he pops into the ult, and now he is just swinging away and has no care in the world for EgoBoys and their damage. To the low ground. Faceless now, caught between 3 with the bomb coming out. Matthew slides in from the grave with the shackles to help
Nice
bail
ward
him
trap.
out. Ward gets dropped onto Chris Luck. That's going to force the Aegis. Jumping from the Faceless Void, looking to go for the finish of the bat. Successful there. Lena arrives. Laguna, Chris Luck.
Oh, there's a gem on the
Wind
ground.
range.
Someone pick it up and keep chasing. Faceless Void is doing it.
He grabs it. He moves in, but she's already blinking away.
They lost 2 sides, some damage on the tier 3 tower as well. One buyback. They need to be more careful. Lifestealer, they left it behind.
All right, wow. Nonetheless, Dire successful. 26k, both sides down. Still have a couple of ults if they want to take advantage of a window of time where EgoBoys don't have their ults available, but still a feather in their cap to be able to get so much done. And like you said, led off with a good successful pick off of Matthew from the bottom lane. Meant those wards were not really going to be there in a good spot for the defense. And double global spread out really kind of made things Super awkward for EgoBoys to get a solid initiation.
Lifestealer is pretty much unkillable if they just play around him.
He's going to begin to ram his way through the mid lane. Still a little nervous. But lanes are all push, so this is their split push time from Infamous's front. Looking to try to get the Megas to finish out game 1. That should be the tier 3. Hex is there. A few smacks. There's the lasso grab. Global. And that's the end of Faceless Void. And like you mentioned, he will be gone without return for 2 minutes. This one mostly going to be on Leo style. The rest of Radiant trying to make of this as they can. Leo style forced back. Benjaz in the mix. Trapped within some wards. They try to slide him away, but it's not going to happen. He's also going to be out for good. Lena, the only DPSer, is fighting from the fountain, but this game looks to belong to Infamous. Game number 1 of this best of 3.
Yeah, Infamous with that one smoke gang where they picked up Lena and +1. That was game-winning move. Even though EgoBoys, they saw it. Warlock saw Sanking, he was pinging it out, but maybe they thought they could be there in time, try to set some ambush. Infamous overall better shot calling in this game, a little bit sloppier than what they usually do, at least in South America. I expected a more clean game from them.
But good morale boost for Infamous to take that game 1. Struggling start, but like you mentioned, a successful gonk. That's a gank smoke. Successful smoke led them to multiple tier 1s, multiple kills, a huge surge of money, and at that point, felt pretty unstoppable. So that's just game number 1. We will cut to a break. When we come back, it's time for game number 2 of this best of 3 playoff round 1 matchup of Infamous Gaming versus EgoBoys.